Hi guys, my name is Melanie and I just quickly want to say before I start this video that I'm really sorry this is not a travel vlog. I really wanted to make one, but unfortunately I lost all my footage and I cannot recover it because I do not have very good internet and it's not downloading my 4K videos, so that's kind of annoying. But I did post on Instagram. I asked you guys what questions you guys had for me. I've received a lot from you guys and I also receive a lot like daily, I guess, so I've kind of collected the last few days and now I'm gonna answer all those questions for you. So I've kind of reworded some as well because I get a lot of the same. Okay, the first one is where am I from, and I'm from Australia. I have an Australian accent, I don't know if you can tell, but my family is from Chile, which I'm guessing that's what you guys want to know, and I do speak Spanish, by the way, in case you were wondering. How did I get so many followers on Instagram? That's an interesting one. I don't have that many. Well, I don't think I have that many because so many people have a lot more. I have 20.1 at the moment. I started posting on Instagram back when I first went vegan, and I started posting really consistently. So I would say consistency was really key for me. I was posting every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, and I would just post photos of food that I really liked eating and I thought looked cool, and I would make my food look pretty and post it. I loved like creating my own kind of recipes and sharing those, and now I just kind of post whatever kind of food and things are interesting to me. So I've been posting a lot more travel stuff lately, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and hashtags. I do a lot of hashtags because I like to kind of get my photo out there, and I think that is a really cool way to get more followers. And also location, because if you tag a photo in, say, China, where I am right now, then other people in China can see that and they can see what you're eating and where you're eating it, and also kind of follow you to see where else you go. So that is my recommendation. The next one is, do I get paid to post on Instagram? Yes, I have gotten paid in the past, but generally I try to make sure that they're things that I like enjoy and that relate to my Instagram account, because I don't want to be paid to post like tea talks stuff. I get a lot of messages about that. No, I do not want to do any type of like sponsorship with you because I don't believe in that. It's just plain and simple. I believe that you can detox through a healthy, clean diet. I don't think that you need to take those laxative teas in order to detox your body. So I won't promote crap, straight up. I just don't. I've said no to a lot of like companies like that are a bit scammy. So yeah, I have been paid to promote like vegan food and stuff, but essentially I just say to people, if you have a cool product, send me it. If I like it, then I'll post about it, but if I don't, I won't. And like, I make that very clear, and then yeah, sometimes they send me stuff, and if it's cool and interesting, sustainable, ethical, or vegan, then I will post about it. A lot of people ask me how I edit my pictures on Instagram. I don't know why you ask me that. I don't really think my photos are that great. Especially at the moment, I'm not really happy with my theme. I'm just trying to get back into like some kind of rhythm, and yeah. But how I edit my photos, like my food photos and stuff like that, to kind of make them pop a little bit more, is I use Snapseed. So I have a Google Pixel because I wanted the best camera on the market at the time, and that's essentially what it was. So it's a Pixel 2, and I use Snapseed to edit my photos. There is a bit of a learning curve, but I just watched a few YouTube videos and kind of picked it up pretty quickly. And then I also use, well, recently I have been using ViscoCam and using HB1, so I don't know if that's helpful to any of you guys. The next question I get asked all the time, and it is, why should I go vegan? I'll tell you why. Because you save animals' lives. You don't actually slaughter animals and eat their flesh. That's messed up. You save the planet. It is actually a lot more eco-friendly to eat a vegan diet. It's also for your own health. I mean, don't you want to be healthy? Being vegan is one of the healthiest diets. There are so many studies, there are so many people with diseases that have cured those diseases and gone vegan. So I think it is honestly one of the best diets that you can try, at least for a month, and see how you go. Give it your best shot, do your research, make sure that you research recipes so that you're eating good food, you know, go to a vegan restaurant around you and just try it out for a month and see how you go. If you feel amazing, which I guarantee that you will, then continue. Another question that people ask me all the time, and it's usually young girls, and it is, how can I go vegan if I have low iron? Or people with anemia are scared to go vegan, or they went vegan and they had anemia, and like asking me for tips about that. I used to have anemia before I went vegan, and I used to eat a lot of red meat, and I was always on supplements, and I was always sick. Since I went vegan, I have not been anemic once. So I did have like borderline low iron. It was just above what it's recommended at one point, but that was entirely my fault. I did not eat enough calories, I was drinking coffee all the time, entirely my fault. But since I've been vegan, I have not really had problems with iron, because if you eat enough food, you will have enough iron. If you're eating vegan junk and Oreos and stuff all day, and if you're drinking a ton of coffee, then yes, you might have issues with anemia. Coffee actually has tannins that block the absorption of iron in your body, caffeine in general, so green tea and all that stuff. So you should consume those things 1 to 2 hours before or after your meals, just so your body can actually absorb the iron from your meals. It can be more difficult for women during that time of the month because your body is losing a lot of blood. So what I would say is make sure that you're eating extra greens. You can also have blackstrap molasses, which is really high in iron, in warm water in the morning, and like just scull that down. You can start taking spirulina, which is pretty high in iron. I would say do your research. Don't just think it's down to, you know, being vegan. Women in general have a bit of a harder time absorbing iron, but it could have a lot to do with the caffeine that you're intaking, portions of food that you're eating, and whether you're eating healthy food. There's iron in everything. There's iron in pasta, there's iron in, you know, cauliflower and all these things that you do not expect, like legumes and stuff as well. If you are a teenager, make sure that you are getting enough calories. That is the most important thing. I know that it's all the trend to be like super thin right now, but it is also trendy to be healthy. So make sure that you are eating enough and you will have enough iron. How do you get your protein? Where do you get your protein? Very common vegan question. I don't really worry about protein because your body doesn't actually need that much protein. But when I am working out and I'm trying to build muscle, which I'm not right now, obviously I'm traveling, I can't do that, but if I was doing that, which I have done before, I would say so many plant-based protein sources like beans, chia seeds, hemp seeds, pretty much any type of seed. Nuts have a lot of protein. You can go for like a vegan protein supplement. I used to have pea protein sometimes. Whole grains have proteins. Eat a lot of whole grains as opposed to like white refined carbs. Tofu is a huge one. Soy milk as well. So many vegan foods have protein, and they are healthier sources of protein as well, that are not packed with animal hormones that are not good for your body. So make sure that you are just eating enough food and you will get enough protein. I honestly wouldn't worry about it too much. Another question I get commonly is, are fake meats bad to eat? No, definitely not. They're still a whole lot better than having actual meat. Immediately, if you just swap those animal-based products for fake meat products, then you are already a whole lot healthier. But if you want to feel your best, then I would stay a little bit further away from the processed foods, so the vegan cheeses and vegan sausages and all that kind of stuff. I would have them occasionally if you're feeling like it, but I would try and eat mostly fruits and vegetables and legumes and stuff. Also, if you are trying to lose weight, eating more processed foods, they can generally be higher in calories as well. So if you are eating a lot of vegan cheese and you're wondering why you're not losing weight, then that could be why. Or if you're eating a lot of fake meats, they might be higher in calories than, say, a block of tofu. So stay away from those as much as you can if that is your goal. Another question is, am I oil free still, or high carb low fat, or is oil bad for you? I group that all together, but no. I am not oil free anymore, and I am not high carb low fat or anything like that, because well, right now I'm traveling, so I kind of am at other people's mercy when it comes to oil in my food. I don't really worry about it right now, but when I cook for myself, I don't cook with any oil. I used to be really strict with myself and be really crazy about oil and fats and stuff, but honestly, I don't care anymore. If something has oil in it, I will eat it. I try and balance it out so that I'm not eating greasy food all the time. I eat mostly carbohydrates, and then I get enough protein and fats in my diet as well, because fats are really healthy for your skin, they're really healthy for your hair and nails, and they're just really healthy for you. Animal fat is not healthy, but avocado and coconut oil and all of these kind of things, they're okay to have in moderation. So I don't believe in high carb low fat anymore. I just do whatever makes me feel good that day, whatever I feel like. I just kind of, I don't want to say I listen to my body because that is so like hippie-ish, but I kind of do listen to my body. Next question is your boyfriend vegan? So Benjamin is featured in a lot of my Instagram posts and stuff. He ate fish for a little while, but then he stopped because it is not really sustainable. Overfishing and stuff is really bad. Sustainable fishing is not great for your health. So he is 100% vegan. So these two questions I just put into one, and they're questions I get all the time, and they are, how long are you traveling for and where are you going? We are traveling until the end of the year, and then we are going home for Christmas, and then we are probably leaving again. So that is the idea. We're currently in China, and then we are going to South Korea, and then we are going to Japan for a while, and then from there maybe somewhere in the Middle East, and then over to Europe, and going all kind of around Europe. The idea is, if we have enough time, we want to go to the States, and then go to Hawaii and then come home, but that might be next year. So yeah, that is kind of the plan, and yeah, we're really excited about it. So the next question is, what is your go-to meal when you have to travel somewhere and there's no vegan option? That has happened to us a few times. There are a few things that are vegan and like fairly easy accessible, and you don't need a kitchen for. So the first one is 2-minute noodles. We have eaten 2-minute noodles for dinner a few times. In Hong Kong it was really easy because they all have English labels on them. In China it is Google Translate all the way. There's an image function on Google Translate, and you can scan the item and kind of read the ingredients one by one. It takes a long time. A lot of things it can't translate, so you kind of have to put that one back and pick up another one that you think is right. It is hella time consuming, but it is very cheap and it's very easy, and a lot of 2-minute noodles are vegan, especially if you don't add like the shrimp packets or chicken packets. As long as you don't add that in, and it's vegan, and you can eat plain noodles and have some soy on it or something, or you can find a vegan option. We found vegan options fairly easily. There seems to always be one. Another thing is fruit. The other night we actually had pineapple and a mango smoothie for dinner because it's cheap, it's easy, and we just both felt like fruit. Bananas are really easy to find everywhere, and sultanas are another one. I always carry like packets of raisins or sultanas with me. Muesli bars have been our savior because we would get hungry and we would be out somewhere and we couldn't like just go to the cafe and find something. We had to go a long way to a vegan restaurant or something, so those were awesome. Muesli bars, we just found ones without honey, nut mixes and stuff like that as well. Obviously great snack. But as far as like a meal goes for dinner, I would say depends on where you are. For example, in China, buns, like little spinach buns or mushroom buns and stuff, really easy to find on the street and super cheap, very often vegan. You kind of have to use Google Translate to communicate that though. Vegetable dumplings, a lot of the time they are vegan too, you just have to say no egg. So that's what's easier in China, but it can be different in every country. So hopefully we can kind of show you that with our travel vlogs, and you can get a better idea of what we're eating once this footage finally downloads and I can piece it together. But yeah, there are a ton of foods that are naturally vegan wherever you go, so find those. I would say do your research. You can also have oatmeal. Oatmeal has been our breakfast every single day pretty much since we went overseas. We just mix different fruits into it wherever we are. I love raisins and bananas and dark chocolate in my oats. You can put like berries, banana and peanut butter. You can put anything into oats. I would say we don't really have a go-to option. We just kind of make the best out of every situation. Another question is, how much did we save to go traveling and how we saved it? I think this could be a separate video on its own, and this video is already getting a little long. Are you going to be vegan while you travel? Yes, we will be vegan while we're traveling. And a very last minute question that just came in. So I got one last question in literally like as I'm ending this video. What is the #1 song to get you on the dance floor? I don't know. I'm the worst person with music. This is an extra little fact for you guys. I don't know any song names. I can't, like, unless it's like Britney Spears 2000 songs, like I honestly don't know any titles to music. I know like 3 artists, and the only music I don't listen to is like Australian hip-hop because I think it's terrible. But everything else I pretty much listen to, and my favorite music is like 50s jazz music, so I don't know what will get me on the dance floor, okay? Pretty much anything that with a beat. Okay, so I'm gonna answer your question, Callan, but I don't want any judgment. I don't want any judgment from any of you guys, okay? You're a supportive group and I want you to stay supportive. Now let me explain. This song came about at a time of my life where everything was going really well and life was really good, and this song was always playing on the radio, and I fell in love with it, and I have a secret obsession with it, and I love this song, okay? And I would dance to this song any day.
Take it slow, but it's not typical. His heart was a stone, but then it's...
Okay, that is all from me for now. If you want to see my travel vlogs, which I promise will be out soon, then make sure to subscribe to this channel and I will update that as soon as possible. I also want to do a what to my bag video, so let me know down below what you want to see from me, and if you want to watch those, then make sure to subscribe because I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching to the end of this video if you did, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for now. Until next time, I will see you. Goodbye from China, and hopefully I'll see you in another spot next time. Bye!